The University of Colorado Boulder sponsors 17 varsity sports teams, with the addition of women's lacrosse, which began play in the spring of 2014. Both men's and women's team are called the Buffaloes or Golden Buffaloes. Lady Buffs referred to the women's teams beginning in the 1970s, but was officially dropped in 1993. The nickname was selected by the campus newspaper in a contest with a $5 prize in 1,934 won by Andrew Dixon of Boulder. The university participates in the NCAA's Division I in the Pac-12 Conference. Rick George was announced as the sixth athletic director in program history on July 17, 2013, following the resignation of Mike Bohn, and after an interim appointment by former women's basketball head coach and current senior associate athletic director and senior women's administrator Seal Barry. Colorado has won 28 national championships in its history, with 20 in skiing, including 2015. It was ranked number 14 of America's Best Sports College in a 2002 analysis performed by Sports Illustrated. History. Competitive football began on the Boulder campus in 1890. Early games, which bore more resemblance to rugby than modern football, were played against the School of Mines in Utah. The football stadium, originally named Colorado Stadium, was opened in 1924 and was officially named Folsom Field in November 1944 to honor coach Fred Folsom, one of the most respected college football coaches of his day. In 1934, the university's intercollegiate teams were officially nicknamed the Buffaloes. Previous nicknames used by the press included the Silver Helmets and Frontiersmen. The final game of 1934 against the University of Denver saw also the first running of a bison in a Colorado football game. A bison calf was rented from a local ranch and ran along the sidelines. The year 1947 marked a key point in race relations on campus. The Buffaloes joined the Missouri Valley Intercollegiate Athletic Association, commonly known as the Big Six, then to be known as the Big Seven, and later the Big Eight. However, Missouri and Oklahoma had rules which would have allowed them to challenge teams with colored players. A student outcry, led by Campus Paper Silver and Gold, led to a movement against these Jim Crow restrictions which expanded to all the campuses of the Big Seven and eventually led to the repeal. On June 10, 2010, the Buffaloes announced that they would join the Pac-12 Conference in all sports beginning on July 1, 2011. National Team Championships. As of March 15, 2015, Colorado has 28 team national championships, 26 NCAA, 1 AIAW and 1 in football, which is not an official NCAA championship. Men's cross-country, football, skiing, 1959, 1960, 1972, 1973, 1974, 1975, 1976, 1977, 1978, 1979, 1982. Women's cross-country, skiing, 1982. Co-ed skiing, 1991, 1995, 1998, 1999, 2006, 2011, 2013, 2015. Note: skiing was a men's NCAA sport from 1954 to 82 and became co-ed in 1983. The AIAW sponsored women's skiing at a national championship from 1977 to 82, before being absorbed by the NCAA, at which time skiing became co-ed. See also, Pac-12 Conference National Championships **** List of NCAA schools with the most NCAA Division I championships. Varsity sports. The University of Colorado was a member of the Colorado Football Association in 1893, and became a charter member of the Colorado Faculty Athletic Conference in 1909, which changed its name a year later to Rocky Mountain Faculty Athletic Conference. Colorado left the RMFAC to become a charter member of the Mountain States Conference in 1938. CU joined the Missouri Valley Intercollegiate Athletic Association in 1947, then commonly known as the Big Six, changing the common name to the Big Seven. In 1958, the conference added OSU to become the Big Eight Conference. It remained the Big Eight until 1996, when it combined with four member schools of the defunct Southwest Conference to create the Big 12 Conference. On July 1, 2011, the school joined the Pac-12 Conference along with Utah. A total of 12 of CU's 17 varsity sports compete in the Pac-12, except the ski teams, indoor track and amp, field teams and the lacrosse team. The ski teams participate in the Rocky Mountain Intercollegiate Ski Association, of which it has been a member since 1947, along with fellow Pac-12 newcomer Utah. The indoor track and amp field teams participate in the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation, as the Pac-12 doesn't sponsor indoor track. Women's lacrosse was added in the spring of 2014. That team also competes in the MPSF. The Colorado Buffaloes are represented in the following NCAA Division I varsity sports. Football. The Colorado football program is 16th on the all-time NCAA Division I win list and 22nd in all-time winning percentage. Since Folsom Field was built in 1924, the Buffaloes have been 2-8-0, 1-3-2-1-0 at home. The Nebraska game in 2006 was the school's 1,100th football game. Beginning competitive play in 1890, Colorado has enjoyed much success through its history. The team has won numerous bowl games, 23rd all-time prior to 2004 season, 8 Colorado Football Association championships, 1 Colorado Faculty Athletic Conference, 7 RFMAC championships, 4 Mountain States Conference championships, 5 Big 8 Conference championships, 1 Big 12 Conference championship, 4 Big 12 North championships, and an Associated Press National Championship in 1990. Bill McCartney is the most famous head coach, leading Colorado to its only national championship title in 1990. The current head coach is Mike McIntyre. Men's basketball. They play at the Coors Events Center on campus and are 401-166 at home through the 2015-16 season, including 88-15 in 6 years under coach Tad Boyle. Invitations. Women's basketball. Women's basketball started at Colorado in 1975. The team has had 7 coaches and the current coach is Junior Payne. Skiing. The CU ski team competes as a member of the Rocky Mountain Intercollegiate Ski Association, as CU is one of 2 members of the Pac-12 along with Utah that competes in skiing. Colorado is one of the dominant programs in the NCAA in skiing, winning 20 total national championships, including 19 NCAA championships, most recently in 2015. The Buffs have won 3 NCAA championships since 2011, and have finished in the top 4 at NCAAs for 11 straight years with 4 championships in that span. The 11 straight top 4 finishes is the longest streak in the country. The Buffaloes have won 27 RMISA championships, most recently in 2015. The Buffaloes have had 51 individuals connected to the school participate in the Olympics 83 times. Colorado has had 90 individual NCAA champions, including Mads Stroem winning both Nordic races in 2016. Cross country. The high altitude at Boulder, Colorado adds aerobic stress to distance runners and is known to produce a competitive edge when altitude-trained athletes compete at sea level. The 1998 cross-country team was the subject of a book, Running with the Buffaloes, which documents the team's training regimen under longtime coach Mark Wetmore. Colorado has won 5 NCAA men's cross-country championships and 2 NCAA women's cross-country championships. The men's team also has won 4 individual titles, while the women's side has won 1. The men won the first 12 Big 12 conference titles in the conference's history, and the women won 11 of the first 12, with the two teams combining for 23 of the 32 championships awarded before the Buffs left the Big 12 in 2011 to join the Pac-12. Since joining the Pac-12 conference, the Colorado men have taken home 5 consecutive conference titles, and the Colorado women have claimed 2 conference titles. Baseball. The Colorado Buffaloes baseball team was discontinued after the 1980 season. Baseball, along with men's and women's gymnastics, men's and women's swimming and women's diving, comprised 7 sports that were discontinued on June 11, 1980 due to budget cuts. Men's golf. The men's golf team won 3 Big 8 conference championships, 1954, 1955, 1968. Hale Irwin won the 1967 NCAA championship. Club sports. Colorado has a very active and developed club sports system with over 30 sports. Men's rugby. Colorado's rugby program was founded in the 1960s. The Buffaloes play in the Western Division of Division I, where they play against local rivals such as Colorado State. The Buffaloes are led by head coach Murray Wallace, assisted by Chris Dias and Justin Holshew. The Buffaloes have consistently been ranked among the top college rugby teams in the country. Colorado's best run was 1,984-1,985 when it reached the 1984 national finals before losing 12-4 to powerhouse Cal, and finished third in the 1985 national playoffs, losing again to eventual champion Cal, this time in the semi-finals. More recently, in 2008, the Buffaloes went 15-3 and reached the semi-finals of the national championships. Colorado won the 2011 Pac-12 Rugby Sevens tournament, defeating Utah 14-12 in the final, to qualify for the 2011 USA Rugby Collegiate Rugby Sevens National Championship. Colorado finished the 2011-12 season ranked 14th in the nation. In the 2012-13 season, Colorado defeated Wisconsin 54-24 to advance to the National D1A quarterfinals before losing to St. Mary's. The Buffs also won the plate final in the 2015-2016 season at the Las Vegas Invitational 7S tournament in the college bracket. Rivalries. University of Nebraska. A traditional college football rivalry with the University of Nebraska Cornhuskers restarted in the 1980s when Bill McCartney declared the conference opponent to be the rival. His theory was, since Nebraska was such a powerhouse team, if Colorado was able to beat them, then they would be a good team. Colorado began to repeatedly threaten Nebraska in the late 1980s, following the win over the Huskers in 1986, and then surpassed the Huskers for the Big 8 crown in 1989. In 1990, Colorado beat Nebraska 27-12 in Lincoln for the first time in 23 years, en route to the first national championship. From 1996 to 2000, the series was extremely competitive, with the margin of victory by new in those 5 years being only 15 points combined. The rivalry was further buoyed by the introduction of the Big 12 Conference in 1996, which moved Oklahoma and Oklahoma State to the Southern Division, with the 4 new schools from Texas, formerly in the Southwest Conference. Nebraska had traditionally finished the Big 8 Conference schedule with a rivalry game with Oklahoma, but the two were now in different divisions, which meant they met every other year in the regular season. Colorado replaced Oklahoma as Nebraska's final conference game of the regular season, which further intensified the CU rivalry. In 2001, Nebraska came to Folsom Field undefeated and left at the short end of a nationally televised 62-36 loss. Other sports have then taken on Nebraska also as the rival. Both teams departed the Big 12 in 2011 as new headed east to join the Big 10, and the future of the rivalry is in doubt. Nebraska currently leads the football series against Colorado 4-9-1-8-2. Colorado State University. Colorado's in-state rival is Colorado State University of the Mountain West Conference, located north of Boulder in Fort Collins. The two schools are separated by 45 miles and both consider it important and noteworthy to beat the other for bragging rights for the next year. The two football teams annually compete in the Rocky Mountain Showdown for the Centennial Cup, played in Denver and Boulder. The trophy takes its name from the state of Colorado's nickname of the Centennial State. Colorado currently leads the football series against Colorado State 6-2-1-2. University of Utah. The intercollegiate rivalry with the University of Utah ran from 1903 to 62, in which Utah and Colorado played each other nearly every year. Through 1962 they had met 57 times. At the time, it was the second most played rivalry for both teams. The rivalry was discontinued from 1963 to 2010 and then resumed in 2011 when both teams joined the Pac-12, renewing the rivalry on an annual basis. The Colorado-Utah rivalry remains the 5th most played rivalry in Utah's history, and the 8th most played rivalry in Colorado's history. Traditions. The university has had several fight songs that have lost and gained popularity over the years. The oldest, Glory Colorado, is sung to the tune of Battle Hymn of the Republic and has been around nearly as long as the school. Glory Colorado is considered to represent all campuses of the university. Go Colorado was originally sung exclusively by the Glee Club at football games, though it is now played and known almost exclusively by members of the Golden Buffalo Marching Band. The most popular of the 3 fight songs and the most widely recognized is Fight CU, originally sung by the football team. The song has gained enough popularity that few people outside the band know that it is not the only fight song of the university. The original version included the line, "Fight, fight for every yard," but the line was changed to "Fight, fight for victory" to allow the song to be used for all sports, not just football. Mascots. The 2 mascots present at all football games are Ralphie, a live buffalo, and Chip, a costumed mascot who was selected to the 2003 Capital One All-America mascot team and won the 2009 and 2010 UCA mascot national championships. Ralphie is actually Ralphie V and leads the football team onto the field at the beginning of the first and second halves. A buffalo leading the team onto the field dates as far back as 1934, and the Ralphie tradition began in 1966. In 1934, after the selection of buffaloes as a nickname, when a group of students paid $25 to rent a buffalo calf and cowboy as his keeper for the last game of the season. The calf was the son of Killer, a famed bison at Trails End Ranch in Fort Collins, Colorado. It took the cowboy and 4 students to keep the calf under control on the sidelines during the game. A 7-0 win at the University of Denver on Thanksgiving Day. Colors: the official school colors are silver and gold, adopted in 1888 as a symbol of the mineral wealth of the state. In 1959, the athletic teams started using black and yellow, because silver and gold ended up looking like dirty white and dirty yellow. The colors have stuck, and many are unaware that the official school colors are silver and gold. On May 28, 1981, black was curiously replaced by sky blue by a mandate of the CU Board of Regents to represent the color of the Colorado sky. However, this color was different than the blue uniforms of the U.S. Air Force Academy. After 3 years, the blue was changed in 1984 to a darker shade, though still unpopular. In black and white photographs, the players' numbers are nearly invisible. During a difficult 1-10 season in 1984, football head coach Bill McCartney employed black throwback jerseys for an emotional lift for the games against Oklahoma and Nebraska, without success. In April 1985, the CU athletic teams were given the option of blue or black. The football team chose to wear black, and at Folsom Field the background from the signature Colorado arc blue for 4 years was repainted black as well. On the football uniforms, the blue was reduced to a stripe on the sleeve for 3 seasons before being dropped completely in 1988. In 2007, CU debuted new football jerseys that reintegrated silver as a uniform color. Facilities: University of Colorado Athletic Hall of Fame. Criteria for automatic selection: 3-time All-Conference selection, 2-time All-American, trophy winner and/or previously retired jersey. Beginning in 2015, the school went from a 2-year to 1-year induction cycle to catch up on its history. Inductees are nominated by the peers in the Alumni Seat Club or by members of the selection committee. The 2015 class will be inducted on Thursday, November 5, ahead of the CU-Stanford football game on Saturday, November 7. Notable Buffaloes: Byron White was a Supreme Court justice after his football career. Hale Irwin, who was a 2-time All-Big 8 defensive back and an NCAA individual golf champion at Colorado, went on to spectacular success in professional golf. He won 3 U.S. Opens and 17 other PGA Tour events, and is the all-time leader in both wins and career prize money on the 50 and over Champions Tour. Adam Goucher is currently a professional runner who competed for the United States in the 2000 Olympic Games. Chauncey Billups played for the Boston Celtics, Denver Nuggets, Detroit Pistons, Los Angeles Clippers, Minnesota Timberwolves, New York Knicks and Toronto Raptors in a 17-year NBA career. He was named the NBA Finals MVP in 2004. Jeremy Bloom played football and skied internationally, finishing 6th in the 2006 Winter Olympics in the Moguls, and is currently in the NFL. He also sued the NCAA and lost, having to give up football for Colorado in 2004 because he received endorsement money for skiing. Bill Toomey won the gold medal in the decathlon at the 1968 Summer Olympics. Jimmy Hugo, 1960 1964 Olympic bronze medalist, and Spider Savage were both CU alpine ski racers from Northern California. Billy Kidd, 1964 Olympic silver medalist, is a CU alumnus, but did not race for the Buffs. He skied for the University of Vermont before joining the U.S. ski team, and later finished his bachelor's degree in Boulder.